If you clicked on this video, chances are your life is so let's it. But before that, what does a life really look like? You're probably overwhelmed, unfulfilled, stuck, lost, unhappy, or just tired of your own excuses. An life is you moving from surviving, which is what you're currently doing, to thriving. 2024 was not my year. My life was completely I fell into the negativity deep end that I thought I'd never get out of. Every promise I made to myself, broken. I felt lost, stressed, and completely out of control. So, whether your situation is as bad as mine was, or your version of a up life is different, the goalpost is the same. To take control of your life. Now, I could sit here and, like everyone else, give you a to-do list of everything you should do to improve your life. But would that help? In my experience, probably not. What I have are actionable steps that took my life from in 2024 to in 2025. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a roadmap to living your best life. Tip number 1. Start by defining your why. Why do you want to change your life? And what do you hope to achieve moving forward? Without a why, you will quit the second things get hard. You will drift through life reacting to others' demands, lack motivation when challenges arise, and feel empty even after achieving success. What worked for me was Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It helped me identify my core motivations. Imagine your brain having a priority checklist for happiness. The Maslow's model explains why success without purpose feels hollow. First, we have physiological needs. These basic body maintenance tasks keep you alive. Examples include eating and sleeping. Then, we have safety needs. These are for stability and predictability to keep you secure. Examples include financial stability, physical well-being, and health. Next is love and belonging. Friends, family, and relationships to keep you connected because loneliness shortens your life. Then we have esteem. Self-respect and recognition to make you feel worthy. Examples include mastery, confidence, and respect from others. Lastly, we have self-actualization, becoming your fullest, weirdest, most authentic self. Examples include pursuing passions like art, writing, or starting a business, and pursuing creativity and morality. I had 3 whys. For physiological, I wanted to start eating healthy, nutritious food for better brain and body functionality. For safety, I wanted financial stability so I could pursue creative work without anxiety. For self-actualization, I wanted to be more present and to feel less of a failure. Did you know that fit people are treated significantly better? It's a cruel, cruel world we live in. What's your why? Take out a pen and paper and just like I did, write down every aspect of your life that you want to using Maslow's hierarchy of needs and tape it where you'll see daily. Research actually shows that writing down goals increases achievement likelihood by 42%. Tip number 2. Craft your new identity. Your current identity is just a collection of bad habits, limiting beliefs, and negative stories you've told yourself. Your current identity is the reason your life is However, you can fix this by designing your future self. Ask yourself, who would I need to be to achieve my goals? What kind of person doesn't struggle with the problems I have? This is how to design your future self. Daily behaviors. What does your future self do every day? Maybe they work out 3 times a week and don't procrastinate on important tasks. Mindset. How do they think? Do they see setbacks as feedback and not failure? Appearance. How do they dress or groom? Do they dress sharp for work? One more thing you could do is study people who already embody this identity. What do they do differently? Remember, behavior change sticks when tied to who you are, not just what you want. Tip number 3. Take the smallest possible step. Big goals trigger procrastination, so shrink them. Stupidly small. What most people won't tell you is that you don't need radical change. Hear me out. Radical change sounds really good on paper, but in the long run, it's not sustainable. What you need is to take small, actionable steps, or as I like to call them, baby steps. It's much easier to start, let's say, working out at home for 20 minutes 3 days a week, than it is to join a gym for 60-minute hardcore workouts 6 days a week. Start small and build yourself up to the hard stuff. The other thing I used in my journey was the 2-minute rule by James Clear. The 2-minute rule is a strategy to beat procrastination by shrinking any task to a 2-minute version. Can't write a book? Open a doc and type 1 sentence. Can't work out? Just put on your gym clothes. Tiny actions often lead to longer efforts. Tip number 4. Take control of your time. This point kind of ties in with the last one because in order to take any steps, you need to be in control of your time. Busy is often a myth. Most people, including myself, Spend at least 3+ hours a day on distractions like social media and multitasking. So, how do you take control of your time? The number one strategy that worked like magic for me was the Eisenhower Matrix. Created by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Eisenhower Matrix is a decision-making grid that helps you prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. The 4 quadrants of the Eisenhower Matrix are: do now. These are urgent and important things like deadlines and crises, and should be handled immediately. Schedule. These are important but not urgent things like goals and self-care. You should block time for these, or they'll become urgent. Delegate or dump. These include unimportant things that can easily be delegated or dumped, like busy work and distractions. The Eisenhower Matrix strategy stops overwhelm, prevents procrastination, and exposes time wasters. Remember, what is urgent is seldom important, and what is important is seldom urgent. Please stay till the end to hear the bonus tip, which is crucial to your journey. Tip number 5. Track your wins, not perfection. Your brain is wired to obsess over failures and dismiss progress. You fixate on the one thing you didn't do, ignoring the 5 things you did. Result? You feel like a failure, lose motivation, and eventually quit. The solution is to track wins and losses, focusing on stacking wins, not eliminating losses. During my journey, a win represented any action I took toward my new identity, and a loss represented where I fell back into my old habits. A win could be, I woke up 30 minutes earlier than before, and a loss could be, I scrolled on TikTok for 2 hours. It is important to avoid self-judgment when noting the losses. Just note patterns so you can improve in the future. Small wins boost engagement and joy. Tip number 6. Expect and outsmart the motivation desert. The motivation desert is that brutal phase where your initial excitement fades, results aren't happening fast enough, and old habits start creeping back in. For example, you stuck to your gym routine for 3 weeks, then skipped just 1 day, and that 1 day turned into a month. This happens when the novelty wears off and your brain stops rewarding effort, when progress feels invisible and life intervenes. How do we outsmart this blockage when it finally happens? Because believe me, it will happen. 3 ways I did this. 1. Reframe the motivation desert as just a test. Instead of saying I'm failing, say I'm staying and pushing through to be in the top 20% of the people who don't quit. 2. Reconnect to your why. Reread your written purpose from tip 1 and ask yourself, what pain made me start this? Who will I become if I keep going? And finally, track hidden progress. The thing is, we don't normally notice gradual improvement, which is why it's advisable to log micro-wins. For example, in my scenario, I could barely work out 20 minutes when I started, and by week 3, I was going for 45 minutes. Knowing that helped me get through the motivation desert. Tip number 7. Consistency over intensity. Going all in on a new habit only leads to fast burnout and eventually quitting. Intensity feels heroic, but it's unsustainable. Do you know what's better than heroic efforts? Prioritizing showing up daily. Consistency wins because it leads to compound effect. 1% improvement daily beats 100% effort once a month. Neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires through repetition, not one-off marathons. Momentum. Tiny wins build confidence. Heroic efforts breed guilt when missed. So instead of going too intensely by waking up 1 hour earlier than your normal time, which is intense and more likely to fail, how about starting by adding 5 minutes daily until you get to that 1 hour? Bonus tip. Show yourself grace. You're not a machine, you're a human rewiring decades of bad habits. And the truth is, you're gonna relapse, have bad days, and f**k-ups. Don't beat yourself up. All these are part of the process. Missing a workout doesn't erase last week's progress. So, instead of saying, I'm a failure, why bother? Show yourself grace and say, I messed up. That's normal. I'll try again. Okay guys, that's all I had for this video. Those were 7+1 actionable tips to help you your life. The ball is now in your court. If you love this video and would love to see me make more like it, I'm taking in new subscribers, likes, and shares.